A lot of work got done this last week. Haven't really had time to make YouTube videos because we've been flogging in the shop over here. Working on our Gambler 500 car. So, and we've got Uncle Crystal there learning how to weld. And when I got to show you guys, I got to brag on this. Just give me a minute though. I'll show you what we got at the start. So we've got this all braced up now. We've got our diagonals in. We've got all of our support for the front. We started forming the back half of the car, tying in the wheel houses, which are actually part of the unibody on one of these cars, to the trunk floor. And the next step is to start boxing this in. So we're making progress on this. It takes time, very time-consuming stuff. Like I said, we've got Uncle Crystal learning her welding skills. Now I got to brag on this. This is great. Wait, I got to show them this, please.
Yeah. Don't show them
No,
that
fine.
one.
No, don't worry about it. That's fine. Here. Okay. Look at this. Okay. A half hour ago, she started right there. Okay, that was the first time she ever pulled the trigger on a welder. Okay? Look at this last bit that she did right here. Right? And she was only supposed to be learning how to tack weld. Right? And I just showed her, this is because she got about here, and I was like, look, just start moving it back and forth like this. And look at this weld that she made. It's absolutely perfect. So yeah, she's, I think we got a prodigy here. Keep going.
All right.
All right, so come in here. This last week has been mostly working on the Plan Z Dart. So remember, we had a problem here where the rear bulkhead had rotted out, and the inner rocker and all of the parts that attach to the frame to support the front of the leaf spring perch was all gone. It had like the consistency of tortilla chips. So I cut this section out, cut back all the way to the main frame rail, which actually was in good condition, and the spring perch, and I reconfigured all of this using angle iron. And also, come in here, okay, let me go on the other side. We fabricated this section here that tied the good part of the bulkhead in with the good part of the inner rocker here, and this is where the angle iron attaches, and it's reinforced down here into the floor of the car. It's not pretty. This is Master Fabricator is a title that will never be associated with my name, but it's okay. It's strong and it'll get the job done. And then we'll move forward. And then of course I gave the whole inside of the car a nice coat of fresh white Rust-Oleum. Still got to do some touch-ups here and there, but it, you know, it looks like a happy place, right? So we're moving forward with this. Now we've got the repair work done. I added the air shock on the right rear, put an adjustable shock on the left rear. Yesterday, John Wilburn came up from Virginia and grabbed a 904 core for me. So he's going to build a lightweight, low drag 904 for this thing, which we'll be covering. He'll be covering on his channel. We'll post links to it. So that's in action. And the next phase for us with this is to get the motor cleaned up. Out. Let's go over there. So you remember this thing from last winter when we did all the work on the block and we did the porting on the cylinder head and got it all prepped, and then we stopped and did other things. So now we're back on this, and the only thing I have to do now is give this a final hone and assemble it. A final hone and a cleaning, a good cleaning, and then just assemble it. So that's what we'll be doing over the next, let's say, week or two. The car is a long way from actually being ready to run, but we're making major progress at this point towards getting there. I'm going to say probably towards the middle of the end of January we'll be at least making some short runs out in front of the place with this car and trying to get it dialed in. What else is there? Yesterday, okay, I'll tell you about this. We're teaming with the Ratty Muscle Cars guys. This is a group that runs out of Alabama and South Carolina. And they put on a couple of events a year called Mopars versus Brand X. Mopars versus the world, Mopars versus Brand X. And we'll be running Bottle Rocket at both, I'm going this way. So we'll be running Bottle Rocket at both of their events. The first one is in March, I don't have the date yet, and then the next one is in October. We took this car out yesterday. We hooked the G-Tech on it, and we took it out front and tried to get some 60-foot times, but I'm way off with the tires. So we've got the drag radials on here, and they absolutely dead hook at the track, and good enough to just spit axles out. We upgraded to an 8 3/4. It's 456 gear instead of the 410. We drove it, we put about 30 miles on the car yesterday, and it drives perfectly with the 456s. If you guys are looking for a combination, you know, the 833 overdrive trans with the 309 first and the 456s works out perfectly. It's in high gear, you know, in the overdrive, it's like running around with, let's say, the 323 gear. Absolutely perfect for street driving. So, but we don't really care how well this thing street drives. We gotta make it go. So we took it out front yesterday with the G-Tech. We tried to do some 60s with it, but it just spins the tires. As good as this thing hooked at the track is as bad as it hooks out here. I couldn't get any transfer at all out of it. And then it started raining, so that was the end of the day. So that's our next step with this thing, is figure out what the proper launch method is going to be on a very marginal surface. Getting the car to just get that initial bite on the tire that'll start the transfer, initiate transfer, and then we should be able to, you know. But again, that just takes practice. It's just a matter of going out and launching the thing as many different ways and as many different, trying all different things until you finally find that magic combination and poof, it goes. We're also going to start making a starting line for ourselves out there. I think the next thing we're going to do is a shootout between the traditional old school Dr. Pepper starting line and stripper glitter, and see which one is going to give us the better results. So that's where we're at with this thing and all of that. Am I leaving anything else out? I think I got it. We got our new shirts in. You guys want these? They're in the store, 20 bucks a pop. And that's it. Crystal, why'd you stop welding?
Well, I think I'm done.
No, you're never done. Keep welding.
Questions?
Just weld things continually.
Can I weld over that?
Well,
Yeah, that was my question.
that's, I don't even, let's not look at this. Let's go back. Let's go back and look at this. Look how perfect you made that. All right. So, yeah, now tell you what. Weld this to this.
Weld that to that?
Weld that to that. Just, you got to practice. It's all practice.
Okay.
All right. So, that's it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.